I've made a video just for you. I don't know, but if you're like me, you frequently come home from your run, hop in the shower, get ready for work, and bam, you're gone, and you're forgetting something. Stretching maybe, huh? So today I'm going to do a little 5 or 6 minute stretching workout that you can follow along with. We have it's just about 6 stretches that'll target all your running muscles, the ones that get tight when you're running, lower body for the most part, calves, thighs, quads, hamstrings, and so we'll get started right now. Starting with the calf stretch. We're going to start with a couple standing stretches. So holding on to a wall, I've got a little table here that I'm going to use. I'm just going to step back with one leg, keeping the leg straight, the heel pressed down, keeping nice long lines in your body. And you're going to hold the stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. And just relax as you hold it. Breathe. And feel the stretching through your calf. It's important to keep that heel down. And then we'll do the other side. So step back with the other leg. Press that heel down. You may notice a little difference from one side to the other. We're frequently tighter, more flexible on one side, stronger, weaker. It's very common, which is why you want to do both sides, to make sure you can kind of balance those differences out. Step out of it. Now we're going to move on to the quadricep stretch, another standing stretch. So if you need to hold on to something for balance, go ahead and do that. Just going to reach up and grab your foot, pull the heel in towards your buttocks, trying to keep your quads and your knees together. Standing tall, you might push your hips forward slightly, which will increase that stretch. Now if you have any discomfort in your knees, you can avoid this stretch. There are other ways to stretch the quadriceps beyond this stretch, but this is a really good one. Plus you can practice your balance while you're doing it. And then we'll release it and do the same thing on the other side. So pulling that heel in, keeping that nice alignment. Don't sink down into your hip either. You want to keep your hips level. Press your hips forward as you hold the stretch. Now we're going to move down to the mat, so if you don't have it already, grab a mat, knees on your mat. You'll also want to have a strap or a rope at hand, because we'll be using that in just a moment. From this position, you're going to step forward with one leg, a little balance going here too. From here, you're going to press forward over that leg, trying to keep your ankle and knee in alignment. Here you can adjust it if you need to do so. Now, what we're stretching is the hip flexor, the top of the thigh on the other side. So on me, it's my right leg is stretching at the hip flexor. I'm going to push that right hip forward slightly, which will enhance that stretch. And for those that are a little bit more flexible, you can always bring your hands down to the ground as you push your hips forward and stretch those hip flexors. the other side. So stepping the other leg forward, pressing forward, again, watching your alignment in your knee and your ankle, pushing this hip forward slightly. Which you'll feel the stretch right here at the top of your thigh. Again, if you want to bring your hands down to go a little lower. Release it. Now we're going to lay down on the back. For this next stretch, you're going to need your strap. So grab it. I'm going to put it about around the middle, we'll say your right foot. Straighten the bottom leg and just pull in hamstring stretch. Now if you're really tight, you can bend your knee slightly for this one, but don't just keep bending it and bending and bending it until you don't feel the stretch. So you want to keep it as straight as you can and hold the stretch. This is something that gets, not just runners, but we all get very tight in the hamstrings, which it affects your posture. It can affect a lot of things. So very important to keep flexible hamstrings. So from this stretch, we're going to move on and stretch this right leg again on the IT band on the right leg. So by taking the strap in your left hand, you're going to take your right arm out to the side. You're just going to bring this leg across your body. Make sure you keep your right shoulder on the mat so that you're not twisting all the way over. And you'll feel this stretch all the way, the outside of your leg, all the way into the hip of the right leg on the right side. And then as we bring it back to center, we're going to switch sides. So I'm just going to bring my left leg up and grab the strap, lower the right leg, and start with the hamstring stretch. So pulling it in. Remember the knee is straight or almost straight. Remember to breathe. And now to move into that IT band stretch, take both ends of the strap in the right hand, left arm out to the side as you bring that leg across your body, keeping the knee straight, keeping your arm out so that your left shoulder stays on the mat. And then back up to the center, and just remove the strap and lower your leg. Now I'm going to do a couple of hip and piriformis stretches. So with both feet on the mat and your knees bent across the right ankle over the left thigh, lift both legs up, grab a hold of that left thigh, and pull your legs in toward you. You can use your right elbow to push that right knee open a little bit, which you will feel really gets into the rotators of the hip. Make sure you breathe. keep your head and shoulders down on the mat for this stretch. And let's release it and do it on the other side. So this time the left ankle over the right knee, lifting both legs up, pulling in, and using your left elbow to push that knee away from you slightly to increase the stretch. Remember, if you're really tight in your hips, you don't have to pull in as close. Do it so that you feel the stretch, but you don't want to feel pain. You just want to feel maybe a slight discomfort as you do the stretch. And release it. Okay, and finally, a stretch to stretch the muscles in the piriformis area in your buttocks. Another area that runners can be prone to being tight, to get, if you have sciatica, if you've ever had sciatica, you know this is an area that you want to pay attention to. So I'm going to straighten out my left knee and bring my right knee in. Then I'm going to take my left hand and just pull it across my body towards the ground. My right arm goes out to the side so that I keep my right shoulder on the mat. And you can breathe to help you relax into it. And release it, and now we'll do the other side. So straighten out the right leg, bring the left knee in, right hand on the knee, left hand to the side. Let's bring the leg across your body. Keep your shoulder on the mat. Release it. Now if you do those stretches after each run, it'll probably take you 5 or 6 minutes, and you consistently do it, you'll find that you are less prone to injury, that you feel better, that you have more range of motion in your muscles, and I think you'll really benefit. Now you don't have to be a runner to get benefit from these stretches, so don't say I'm a cyclist or I'm a golfer or I'm a tennis player and I can't do it. But everybody benefits from stretching, but these stretches specifically benefit a runner because they target the muscles in areas that get tight when you run. Thank you.